Welcome to the Blount County Workshop Meeting for Tuesday, October the 9th, 2025. Commissioners, please register your presence while we play the emergency evacuation procedure.
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you have reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
Mr. Clerk, can you please take the roll?
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 present and 10 absent.
We have several commissioners absent tonight, but we do have a quorum. And with that, I'll stand for a motion to set the agenda. I have a motion from Commissioner Giles, second from Commissioner Anderson. Is there any discussion on setting the agenda? If not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. The agenda is set. Moving on, up next, we have public input for items on the agenda. Does anyone wish to speak to an item on the agenda? Up next, I'll stand for a motion for the approval of minutes. Have a motion from Commissioner Caldwell, second from Commissioner Giles. Is there any discussion on the minutes? If not, commissioners, please register your votes. Hold on. We've got Commissioner Akert.
So I want to move 1 and 2 down to discussing them individual.
Okay, we're on the minutes right now. We're still on the minutes,
My bad.
but we'll get that on the next item. Commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. The minutes will be moved forward to the full commission. Up next, we have the general consent calendar. I'll stand for a motion. I have a motion from Commissioner Anderson, second from Commissioner Giles. Is there any discussion on the consent calendar? Commissioner Akert.
So I want to move 1 and 2 down to be discussed individually because
From the consent.
it's too much money to be approving.
This is the general consent calendar. Are you talking about the budget consent? That will be one more item. That'll be our next item. All right. Is there any other discussion on the general consent calendar? If not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. The general consent calendar is now passed, or moved forward to the full commission. Up next, the budget consent calendar. I'll stand for a motion. Motion from Commissioner Akert, second from Commissioner Caldwell. Commissioner Akert.
Now, I'd
Now
like
you're
to
out.
move.
So you want to move items 1 and 2 and vote on them individually. We will vote on the budget consent calendar first, and then we will discuss those 2 items individually. Is that correct?
I also would like to move item 4 to we need to discuss all these items individually.
Okay. Then we will go through them one at a time. Mr. Clerk, can you please read the call on the first one?
Yes, sir. Resolution number 2510-002, budget increase, schools, $216,904.52. Appropriate one-time public school security grant funds to enhance school safety, non-recurring state grant, no matching funds required, referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
Do I have a motion? Have a motion from Commissioner Kaler, second from Commissioner Caldwell. Is there any discussion? If not, Commissioners, please register your votes.
Oh, missed one, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Kaler, how would you like to vote? Done. Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-002 will be moved forward to the full commission.
Resolution number 2510-003, budget increase, Blount County Sheriff's Office, $78,467.88. Appropriate mental health transport grant funds to cover Blount County Sheriff's Office costs for non-inmate patient transports by AMR or other agencies. No matching funds required. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
Have a motion from Commissioner Giles, second from Commissioner Bowers. Is there any discussion? If not, Commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-003 will be moved forward to the full commission.
Resolution number 2510-004, budget increased, elections, $25,000. Appropriate general county funds to replace necessary election day printers. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
Have a motion from Commissioner Giles. Do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Anderson. Is there any discussion? If not, Commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-004 will be moved forward to the full commission.
Resolution number 2510-005, budget increase, schools, $20,000. Appropriate funds for Blount County Schools transfer to Blount County Government for interim CFO services. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
Have a motion from Commissioner Giles, second from Commissioner Kaler. Is there any discussion? If not, Commissioners, please register your votes. Hold on, I've got Commissioner Aker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Received a couple of citizens speaking out against this today. And I want to know more about what it's being used for. Before we vote on it, because as it stands now, I don't think it's going to pass. So would like to hear from whoever from the schools can tell us what this is about before we vote.
Would someone from the schools like to come and address this? Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioners, for the opportunity. Mid-January, going into early February, was obviously an unprecedented time for us in Blount County Schools and Blount County School Board. And when our CFO resigned, we were in an interim director position. And so I requested a meeting with our mayor and your CFO of Blount County Government, Brian Baldwin. And in that meeting, asked if your CFO, through the mayor's office and through you guys as county government, could come alongside of us and help provide financial administration for us. Because we were just stepping off into collaborative conferencing and help provide budgetary leadership for us in Blount County education. They were both willing to do that. So in mid-February, we invited Mr. Baldwin to come and be a part of collaborative conferencing with our teachers, and worked through collaborative conferencing with him along with the collaborative conferencing group. And it soon became apparent in that process that the pay scale, the 25-year pay scale, lacked a lot to be uniform from the bachelor's degree 1-year teacher up through a doctorate 25 to 30-year educator. It was either front heavy or back heavy. The year before, you brought teachers that were new hires up to the $50,000 pay scale. Some of those teachers got anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 worth of compensation increase that year. If you were a 25-year teacher that year, you got $800. And so it became very front heavy versus veteran heavy. And so they offset the thought process in that collaborative conference is, well, let's go the other direction this time. But Mr. Baldwin took a look at those pay scales for us and began to work through that and brought back a very effective pay scale that worked from the new hire all the way through those with long-term employment with us as educators, as far as an annual pay scale and a step increase for them. At the same time, in that collaborative conferencing, he brought forward with us too the opportunity to go from a 25-year step to a 30-year step, which the other LEAs in our immediate area outside of Sevierville, no one has or no one offered. So there was several meetings in collaborative conferencing with that. There was a lot of nights and weekends working through that to come up with a pay scale that brought proportionally to everyone involved, new hires and someone that had a doctorate in 30 years with our education system to be effective in them and doing that. And he brought that forward, and as we did that, that compensation opportunity to provide for our teachers was just a tad over $4 million that you guys approved in our annual budget. It was the largest pay increase our educators had had in over 10 years. It was a great opportunity for us, and he worked very tirelessly in that effort for us. We also, at the same time, became aware to us that administration-wise and central office-wise, we didn't have a transparent pay scale for everyone that worked in administration in central office. And so we asked him to partner with us on that and go to work on it as well. We developed a collaborative conferencing with administrators and interim directors working with us as a board and began to work through that. And in that process, developed us a pay scale for administrators in Blount County schools. We're running $128 million a year cash business with over 1,600 employees. We should be doing that without having an administrator's pay scale on a piece of notebook paper written in pencil. And so we were able to move from that through Mr. Baldwin's participation and guidance and help with us. We now have from a bachelor first-year teacher all the way through the director of Blount County Schools a structured, transparent, motivating pay scale that's available for anyone to view, as you would expect to find in large companies and that. So he was very instrumental in helping bring that to the place for us to put it to use. He also began to go alongside of us. As you know, in the early spring is our 25-26 school year budget needs to come and be put in place. And he worked with us in that process to put together that budget. And we brought to him, our quest was to use every available dollar in Fund Balance 141 to hire additional educators and put intervention coaches and folks back in the classrooms and bring as much instructional assistance and counselors and intervention folks into our education system as possible within our budget. And we're able to do that as well as a part of this budget process. As a result of those things taking place, when we brought you forth under his leadership, the 25-26 school year budget, we had a little over a $4 million increase in pay scale for our teachers, our educators, our classified folks. And in addition to that, we began a hiring process that's in excess of $3.5 million of additional educators into our system. And when you add those things together, along with classified compensation increase, it's well over $8 million We did that with you in the 25-26 school year budget that you approved, and we did not ask for any increase from you to pay for over an $8 million worth of increase. It all came from within the current budget dollars that we had. Now, being very honest and frank, there was a slight increase from TISA and there was a slight increase from sales tax of a little over $2 million, but still well north of $6.5 to $7 million worth of compensation and additional hires went into place without raising the budget for Blount County Schools in the 25-26 school year. You worked with us, with your CFO and the mayor's office to make that very possible with us. Also, in the process of those things taking place, we had the wherewithal to begin to consider our 141 and our 177 accounts. And in the past, almost all things athletic were coming out of 141. An example, the two fields that you just put turf on here very recently, all were funded out of 141. Through Mr. Baldwin's work with the State Comptroller's Office, clarifying with them what the state says constitutes a capital expenditure, we were able to approve in a recent board meeting to move $2.5 million worth of upcoming projects, several of which are capital, over into 177 away from 141, which our CFO and your CFO both agree is a savings to us in the split dollar of 141 versus moving it to 177 of over $2 million in savings to us in our operating budget of 141. Another big hurdle step to move those projects, that now that we're going to be able to do the two tracks in our two high schools, funding them out of 177, a capital project, instead of taking them out of 141, the operating budget. Those are several of those examples that brought us to this decision. I want to say to you that Mr. Baldwin has never asked us for an incentive of any type or hinted or alluded to any of those things. We just feel like as a board, we understand a CFO of Blount County government would be obliged to help when we're minus our CFO, but this is far more than that. This is a 6-month period of many meetings, nights and weekends of working to help put the pay scales together, to help put the 25-26 school budget together while working as Blount County CFO to put together the 25-26 budget for Blount County government. Meanwhile, not only just working to do those things, but opening up some doors and some avenues with us that we had not had previously. I'm greatly encouraged because for me, it shows a great sign of Blount County government, commission, and the mayor's office working alongside of Blount County Schools and Blount County School Board collectively together to help each other to accomplish some great things for Blount County schools and Blount County students and Blount County teachers. Also, the CFOs of Blount County in the past have averaged between $10,000 and $11,000 a month in wages. We had approximately 6 months there without a CFO that wages were not being paid. I know, and I've saw some of the comments from the community based on what they know. I can understand maybe how they can look at things from where they are. These are the facts of what we saw, what we've experienced, and the help and the oversight that we have had through your CFO, Brian Baldwin, through the course of mid-February through mid-August of this year. And that's what brought us to this point, to ask you to move funding back from our budget. I want to say this to you about that. We inquired with the State Comptroller's Office. First of all, was it within bounds? And they said, yes, but because he's not a Blount County Schools employee, you need to transfer that funding back to Blount County government where he is an employee through their HR department. Second of all, we sent the resolution and the offering of it to our board attorney firm now, which is Lewis and Thomas and Chris McCarty, for their review. And they're in agreement as well. So we've tried to cross the T's and dot the I's before we bring it to you. I know what we're asking of you seems unusual. I understand that. And I've heard several comments that this is a very unusual item, and I believe it is as well. I believe it's more than unusual. I believe it's unheard of. to see the CFO of Blount County government come alongside of Blount County Schools and the Blount County School Board and do what happened in a 6-month period there and bring us to the pay scales, to bring the uniformity, the transparency, to bring all those things to the place. And so that's why we bring this to you in the form of a resolution. We believe it's the right thing to do. And so, any
Thank
questions
you.
that I can answer?
No, thank you, and Commissioner Akers' time had expired. I'll let you go there a little bit because it was important that we hear what you had to say, but thank you very much.
Well, I apologize. Thank you.
Mr. Giles.
Okay, Mr. Pass, Mr. Chairman, I'd like
Yep.
just to get some confirmation. Mr. Pass, I'll try to make this brief. I've taken quite a few notes here. Once again, how long did Brian serve in this role approximately?
From mid-February is when I first came to the mayor's office and met with he and Mr. Baldwin
Okay,
to see what might be possible for us as executive chair of the school board committee.
so you said about 6 months then, right? About 6 months, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I think you've built a pretty strong business case, at least by the notes that I've taken. You said the annual salary of the past CFO was approximately $10,000 to $11,000 a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I think you've already addressed this. You've had legal review on all of this with your legal team to make sure that this is kosher and we're not violating any laws or resolutions or regulations.
That's
Correct?
correct, sir. Sent it to Lewis and Thompson, which is our new board attorney firm. They represent 27 school districts. And sent it to them for their review of the resolution and the preparing of it. The only question they had is just, let's be confident with the state comptroller's office that it's within bounds with them as well. I asked our CFO, Ms. Brittany Spence, to reach out to them, and she did. And their only concern was, they said, because he's not a Blount County employee, you have to jump, education employee, you're jumping through several hoops there for his employment, Blount County education, and that's why their recommendation was to ask to return that amount of money back to the general operating budget of Blount County government where he is an employee, and handle it through HR.
Mr. Pass, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your time.
Is there any other, Commissioner Caldwell?
It's Bowers.
I'm Commissioner Bowers, but
Okay, well, it
are
come
we,
up
are we in the
Caldwell.
wrong seats again?
Okay, well, Commissioner Bowers then.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm like Commissioner Akert. I've had several people reach out to me, not supportive of this. It's nothing personal against Mr. Baldwin. I appreciate him stepping in, doing what he did, helping when he needed to help. But I feel like we're going about this in a reverse order. If we were going to do that, maybe we should have paid him $20,000 or per month as he worked up front. And I just don't think it's a good look. I don't think most of my constituents support it, so I will not be supporting this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Commissioner Davis.
I had several, more than several comments come my way. What Brian Baldwin did, he accomplished more than just a routine balance in his checkbook. It was more like somewhat what you would consider forensic audit when you're finding money on line items and pulling money together. And with the money, what he had, he created the pay structure, which, that's developing business. And, I have respect for a man that would step in to do that, because how much money would we spend on a CPA that would come in and do this as contract amount? So if you go to a CPA, because they could have had somebody come in as a contractor or found somebody, it would be literally 10 times the amount that what the $20,000 is. I spoke to a lady today, and she said that she felt like it was his job to just jump over into somebody else's budget. The school's budget is part of the county, but he's in charge of the county's budget, not the school's budget, so that's two different jobs. So I am in support of Brian Baldwin getting this I do believe that some of our constituents don't realize there's a difference between a checkbook and a balance sheet when it comes to accounting. So that's all I have with this right now. Thank you.
Anyone else? Not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 10 yes votes and 1 no vote.
Resolution 2510-005 fails to move forward to the full commission. Up next, we have unfinished business. Or we don't have any unfinished business, we have new business. Mr. Clerk, can you please read the call?
Resolution number 2510-001, budget increase, Highway Department, $2,027,742.66. Reallocate reimbursed state aid funds to the asphalt hot mix line in the Highway Fund. Refer to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
I have a motion from Commissioner Anderson, second from Commissioner Bowers. Is there any discussion? Not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-001 will be moved forward to the full commission.
Resolution number 2510-006, Central Services to apply for 2025 Historic Development Grant and agree to funding the match. Requires 50-50 match for courthouse eligible construction and maintenance expenses. Referred to full commission with a favorable recommendation by the Budget Committee 4-0.
Do I have a motion? I have a motion from Commissioner Anderson. Do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Kaler. Is there any discussion? Not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-006 will be moved forward to the full commission. Up next, we have appointments.
Resolution number 2510-012, a resolution to appoint judicial commissioners.
A motion from Commissioner Anderson, second from Commissioner Giles. Is there any discussion? Not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Resolution 2510-012 will be moved forward to the full commission.
Resolution number 2510-013, a resolution adopted by the Blount County Commission pursuant to the Tennessee Code annotated Section 54-10-216 to abandon and vacate a section of right-of-way along Blount Avenue, a county-maintained road located in Blount County, Tennessee, and approve an agreement with adjacent property owner.
I have a motion from Commissioner Kaler. Do I have a second? Second from Commissioner Caldwell. Is there any discussion? Not, commissioners, please register your votes.
Mr. Chairman, you have 11 yes votes.
Thank you. Commissioner Akerd, for what purpose?
I want to relook at number 4 from above, I believe, with only 10 yes votes. That is not a, is not an approved.
That's what I said. I said it was, I said it failed to move forward.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, up next, we have announcements and statements. Blount County government offices will be open Monday, October the 13th for Columbus Day. The Election Commission will meet Wednesday, October the 15th at 11 a.m. in the election office at the Blount County Courthouse. The Technology IT Committee meeting for next Thursday, October the 16th at 5:30 p.m. is canceled. The Board of Commissioners will meet in regular session next Thursday, October the 16th at 6 p.m. in Commission Meeting Room 430 at the Blount County Courthouse. The Beer Board will reconvene Thursday, October the 23rd at 5 p.m. in the Commission Meeting Room, 430, at the Blount County Courthouse. Any other commissioners have announcements or statements? I got Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to say just a few things about the special called meeting and the resolution that we passed to keep the park open. I know everybody here probably knows these things, but I think for the people watching and the people that are out in the community, it's important to acknowledge some things. So first of all, I want to say thank you to our mayor's office, to Brian Baldwin, Amy Cowden, and our mayor, Ed Mitchell, for their work on that resolution. I'd like to thank our partners in this, especially Sevier County, for taking the lead. I think it's especially important what they've done and are doing, and we appreciate them. Second, I just want to say a lot of people out in the community are very supportive of this, but there are a few that just said, well, why are we doing this? And I think it's important to acknowledge how important tourism is to our county, how important the jobs that it brings and the economic impact, and also the tax savings. I think it was reported a few months ago that the average impact for the taxpayer of Blount County was about $1,000 in annual tax savings based on tourism. And so I just think it's very important for us to keep acknowledging that. And lastly, I just wanted to say, as far as the government shutdown in Washington, at a local level, we pass a balanced budget year after year. We pass it on time, and we pass it without a tax increase usually. And there's no new debt. We paid down millions of dollars of our debt, and I just think there's a lesson there for Washington if they're willing to listen. So thank you all, and thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Up next, we have public input for items not on the agenda. Does anyone wish to speak to an item that's not on the agenda? If not, I'll stand for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Kaler.
We went by so fast I couldn't get in, is that?
Yeah, go ahead. I hadn't hit the gavel yet.
I feel compelled to say that I'm very disappointed, more than disappointed, that we could not come to an agreement on the compensation for our CFO. I thought Mr. Pass did an outstanding job of explaining, and I can't help believe it. I don't have a problem with the people that have complained about it, but I don't think they understand. You would not understand exactly the parameter of what is involved unless you heard what he said. And I hate to let uninformed people, by not fault of their own, we have a very special thing here where we get to hear everything. But when you've got people making decisions about things that impact things that don't have all the facts in front of them, it's not fair. And I'm disappointed. Thank you.
We're adjourned.